Boom, boom. This is good, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Azur Lane up today. So it's been a while since we did a little Azur Lane video, and that's simply because of the fact that I had some relatives in town over the last 4 days. So I really was not able to get in and do a lot. I was able to make some videos, but I was just barely able enough to finish up the actual event. So that's why it's a little bit no videos, but we're going to cover everything right now. So as you can see, I was able to complete the event. It was a good story. Did a really good job. I liked it. Did the SP. Still working on the EX. I got most of it done, but the last time I did it, I sort of really got unfortunate there. I've gotten him close. He was probably done about like 20, but then I bought it. So I'm going to try it with some other stuff this evening, see if I can get it completed. Not too much of a deal. I did complete everything, got all the stuff. Unfortunately, did not get Kiev inside of the actual build. Did get Volga, got Kronstadt, got Arkhangelsk. So I'm going to have to actually have to build her if I want to complete the actual portion of the event. I think I'm going to have to. Let me check the milestone here. Yes, I am 300 short. So I'll have to purchase her in the shop, build her up to 70, limit break her, and then of course we'll be in good shape. Because as you see from the mission tab, go down to the event tab. We just got the fully limit break Kiev. We'll give you the 600 that I needed. I didn't really complete these at the time because I really wasn't focusing on it, and I didn't really have time to. And then, like I said, just to clear the X to get 500 cognitive chips, I've got 100,000 cognitive chips, so that's not a big deal. So I'll purchase her from the shop. She is in the shop. So if we go to the shop, I've got 25,000, but I've already purchased the gun that was in here. Okay, I went ahead and purchased the gun because I was actually went ahead and put it on Kronstadt. So I went ahead and purchased that. So I'll just buy Kiev inside of here, level her up next week, and complete the event. That's because today's the last day. Everything ends today. Build ends today. So if you want to run the event, you got to do it today. Everything's going away related to the event except for the mission tabs. These mission tabs events will be up for 7 more days. Okay. You won't be able to beat this because the sorties will close today, so this will disappear tomorrow. But these will you can't complete these either because the event is closing and you have to run the event. So this will remain active for 7 days, and you'll be able to work on Kiev. It's designed to do that. That gives you 7 days. So I'll purchase Kiev tomorrow. I'll do put her in the dorm. I will do the 1800 oil, 1200 oil event with her each evening to give her 18,000 experience. Plus, I will use the boost XP. I've got hundreds. I've got I give her 2,000 of them. So I'll boost her up in a few days. Get her to 70. Fully limit breaker. Game over. I've got more than enough mats to do it. I have an excess of mats at this point. As you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mats, and that's what we use. She is a SSR ship, so we need that to complete her. So that's everything in a nutshell. So not a problem. So I will complete the event when the time comes. As for everything else, it was a pretty good event. I liked the story. I thought the story was really nice. It was thoroughly enjoyable. I got Sobratsky already finished leveling her up as well. Yeah, like I say, this is the 300. I get 600 for that, so I'll complete that as well. You should have completed this. This would give you. This is the precursor to what the event was about. So this will give you a little bit of sort of a preface to what was going on, and why this event took place. And it was because of the missing fleet. So that's what that was for. This has been going on for quite some time, and then of course the cruise mission. It's been going on for quite some time as well too. Yeah, so it's a good event. So tomorrow we'll have a new event come up. Most likely for the next 7 days, it'll probably be a rerun event. A few little item events that'll last for 7 days, maybe to get some type of a limited time outfit for something. That's usually what they do, just to let these the 7 day missions run out, because the shop stays open as well for 7 days. So this is open till the 16th, so it's open for 7 days as well. So they usually have a little. Generally, it's something a rerun type event that they just shove in there until they get the next big event, which will probably start occurring on the 17th of March. So we'll have to look at that. We're going to be coming up with the Spring Festival events and all that stuff pretty soon. So that's probably what we're going to see. We're going to see next, sometime around the middle of March. Okay, but yeah. So today's the last day. So if there's anything in there that you want to complete, sortie wise, from within the event stage, you have to do it today, because this will close this evening and it'll go bye-byes. So make sure you get whatever you need and do it. As you can see, I knocked down the oil pretty good. Cleared out most of my mail. I had like 5 or 6 in here, but I ended up using them all to get everything completed. But it was pretty easy. I really didn't have much trouble. Even completing the SP was not really that difficult. The X is a little tough, but it's just a lot of stuff coming at you at a lot of time. You just need to get the right tone with it, get the right mix and match. I've only been able to run it once, and I already saw a couple of changes that I need to make in terms of my output and damage. So yeah, I'll try to knock it out a few times today, see if I can get it done. But do make sure you complete the SP, because you simply get like 600. I think it was 600 residence materials for that. So you definitely want to do that. That'll help you out inside the shop. I wanted to get to it earlier, but like I said, I had some relatives in town, so I didn't able to focus on it as much as I wanted to, and making videos about it as I wanted to. But that's it. So just an update what's going on. It ends today, so make sure that you get in there and knock everything out. In terms of ships, the ships were Volga, in my opinion. You of course want to do Kronstadt. Of course, that's just that's a gimme. She's a UR ship. She's an excellent ship. So max her out, get her to 120, then take her to 125 with the cognitive arrays. Max out her skills. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and focus. I'm going to go headstrong on Volga as well, simply because I want to have an aircraft carrier for the Northern Parliament. So I'm going to be going heavy on her. So those are the 2 ships I'm really going to focus on. Let's see. The other ships, Archaglis, not a bad kit, but again, I've got numerous battleships, so really nothing interesting for me in terms of that. It's the same with Kiev. Nothing really in there that does it for me in that terms. But they're ships, you want to get them just to have them, if you're a collector like I am. So that's what that's what needs to be done. But yeah, but definitely I'm going to go Volga and Kronstadt are the 2 that I really definitely wanted to focus on in terms of that. And they both have pretty good kits, so they're definitely ships that you can use. But we have some pretty good front lines right now, so another ship with that. So hopefully the next UR ship will be something associated with the HMS fleet, which has been solely ignored for over a year now. So everybody thought it was going to be an HMS ship in this one, until it wasn't. And Kronstadt hit me out of the blue, I'll admit. I thought it was going to be Northern Parliament, but I was expecting Sovetskaya Soyuz, which is the flagship for the Northern Parliament. I expected it was going to be her that was released. So having Kronstadt just completely out of the blue on that one for me. But it is nice to have a frontline ship for your Vanguard that is UR. That always helps. And that's going to make completing much level, your 10s, 11s, and 12s, and 13s. 14 in the future, 15, 16, what they come out with. It's going to be able to allow you to complete those story modes a little bit easier having a strong frontline ship, because your strongest frontline ships at this point in time are like Azuma, but she's a DR ship. It takes forever to build her. I mean, it took quite a while for me to build her. I have her fully built. Azuma. Shimakaze's frontline, she's UR based as well too, but she's a destroyer, but she actually has pretty good survivability. I've been very, very impressed with her survivability. So that makes her good, you know. San Diego is anti-air beast. If you want to stop aircraft carriers having Sandy, retrofit her to get her. She's UR. Once you retrofit her, she's SSR. But once the retrofit done, she goes to UR, and she's frontline as well. San Francisco is a healing ship. You put her in the center of your Vanguard on the front line, she will heal like a beast. So you definitely want to get her as well for your front line. Prince Heinrich is excellent. She's a good tank. Noshiro is an excellent tank for the front line as well. Other front line, Rune is not a bad tank on the front line. Let's take a look and see what we got here. So where is Azuma? Right here is Azuma. Azuma is the beast. She's a literal tank. Most hit points. But she's a DR ship. So not everybody's going to have a chance to build her. Okay? And with her, and she's also got the Fate simulation, which I have actually completed as well. So, but this took me a long time. Okay, this took a really, really, really long time. So you need to focus on that as well whenever you're using that. So make sure that you keep that in mind. But she's a pretty good front line. Seattle's not bad for the front line either. Seattle's a PR ship. She's a priority ship, so it takes a while to build her as well, but not nearly as long as it does for DR ships. But still, it can take a while to build her up. But she's pretty good for the front too. Another good one is Udachi. Udachi got her retrofit. She's an SSR ship, but when you retrofit Udachi, she becomes a UR ship, as you can see by her background. She is, of course, she becomes extremely good with her evasion and whatnot once you get her retrofit. Makes her much more tankier. And then, of course, this is Kronstadt. This ship we just got, UR ship. So, of course, excellent on the front line. She is a tank as well. So we've got a lot of options going into 13 and 14 now that will allow you to be a little bit more... The biggest part with 13 and 14 was you get hit with a lot of damage. And it's really difficult to survive with a Vanguard. Because of that, when your Vanguard goes down, that's it. That's it. Sortie's lost. No more. So you need to survive those. So that's where it comes important with these two ships. San Francisco, center front line, Yuho, back line. Okay? She heals, both of these do good damage and heal. And they're targeted healers, which means they healed the ships that need it. All the other healers have been indiscriminate. Unicorns and things like that. They just, Unicorn just heals some ships whenever it does a launch. Okay, well, what happens if, you can't mitigate where it's going to heal to until now with these two ships, which is why I have them at 125. Max is 120. You have to get cognitive arrays to take them up to 125, and I did that for both of these because both of these make 13 and 14 much, much, much easier to do. I put these two ships on what I call my the fleet. When you do a level in the story mode, you have to kill all ships in one of the sorties. There's going to be 13 or 14 ships in that sortie, and you only get 5 out of each of your ships. So one of your teams is going to have are going to have to kill 3 or 4 more before to get to the boss. So you're going to need a ship that can survive getting the debuff put against them when you're out of ammo. So these two ships, I put these two ships in the fleet that I choose to do that on, and it allows them to have multiple forms of healing, and it allows them to bust through those 3 or 4 extra sorties that need to be done. And they work fine in 12. I can auto with these two ships. Okay. So that's where we're at. Okay. So, and it's going to be the same for 13 and 14. 14, you're going to start getting stealth ships. So they came out with Ingraham in the event before last as a frontline ship that she's supposed to remove the stealth. If you're a new player, yeah. But I've got much better options for that than Ingraham. So that's not something. I'm a veteran player. I've been playing almost since the game's inception. So I've got I've got pretty much most of the ships. There's only like a handful of ships I don't have yet. And those ships are ships that I can't get because they're inside of events, so I have to wait until event comes around and then do the builds when the event's on, and hopefully I'll get lucky. So there are, those are the ones ships. I think it's like 10 or 11 ships that I don't have. But I've got, most of the ships, but I've got other options. I've got multiple fleet formations that I can do. So I really know, Ingraham doesn't do it. I mean, I've got a nice Sakura Empire fleet right here. Got a nice Eagle Union fleet here. See, got San Fran there in the center. I've got a nice HMS fleet here. Okay, see all of these, as you can see, are in the 14,000, 13,000 range, and they are good. And here's my pretty much I consider this to be my tankiest synergized fleet. Turpets will of course be replaced with UVH. So we'll have Bismarck, UVH, FDG, Rune squared. This is regular Rune, this is Rune U, and then Heinrich as a tank. So this can pretty much do 12 by itself. I was actually I put, like I say, I didn't use this as my main fleet, but I killed the first 4 and 12 with this. Left 1 ammo left for the boss. And then I used my USS fleet with San Fran and Yuho in it. Even though Yuho is not USS, I just used the USS fleet because I was working on when you're working on a priority ship, I was working on Anchorage at the time, so I wanted to have my USS fleet in there because you earn more XP, and you have to get the XP with the fleet for the priority ship. So I was using the USS with the main fleet. I had San Fran in the center, you on it. They cleared fine. I did it with this. Had no problem whatsoever. Barely even damaged this front line. Yeah, just super tanky. So that's what I do for 12. 13. I'm having to make a little adjustment, but I don't know. Maybe I'll show. If you guys want me to, I'll show you some 13 runs. If you want to see that, it's like. But I can auto 12 now because there are several ships in there that you have to get. You have to auto, so I can auto 12-3, 12-4. Didn't have any trouble. There's some ships in 13 I'm going to have to get, so I'm going to have to be able to auto 13 as well. 12 went fine, so 13 will probably go just fine as well too. As long as you have San Fran and Yuho in the fleet for healing, you should be able to auto it. Okay, so that's all I got. Just wanted to give a quick video, let you know the event ends. It's a good event. I liked it, so a call to arms. Ends today. Get those sorties done. And make sure that you get enough of the abyssal shards to purchase everything that you want inside the shop. We'll do another video here in a day or two. I'll show you what I purchased inside the store, and we'll go over the new events that came up just to see if they're rerun events or maybe there's something new. But we'll go ahead and take a review at them. All right, so this is Kenra. Thanks a lot for watching the video. Remember to subscribe, of course, as always. Once subscribed, you'll see the bell. Click on it. They'll notify you each time I drop a video. Also, remember to like, share the video, as YouTube algorithm just gets tickled pink when you do that, and more people get to see the video. So this is Kenra coming at you from the corner, signing out.